What's going on? It's your boy, Brother Calvin, in the building. I'm hype. I'm hype. I'm hype. I'm hype. Your boy is hype. You are here for another episode of The Faith Factor. I got the kings in the building tonight, in the virtual building, so I'm not going to wait no longer. No longer. I can't do it. I can't do it. Got to bring in our first guest. Got to bring in our first. I'm doing it. Let's get it. Because we don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time.
What's up, man?
What's going on, son?
Wow, what's going on, good brother?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the legendary, the man, the myth, the legend, Morgan Turner in the building. If you don't know, he's a bass player, engineer. He produces music as well. You know what I'm saying? If you need to get your beat life right. I was just playing Dorinda Clark Cole. She's my favorite female vocalist of all time. Her and Brandy and tied #1. He played on this album right here. Of course, he was playing on that song. He brought me.
Wow, man. Memories, man. Great memories.
Yes. And we got to start off. I was gonna wait till later, but I'm gonna kick it off. Congratulating you, sir, for the platinum plaque for the #1 Billboard plaque for John P. Key.
Man, thank you, my friend.
Playing on that album, he played bass on that album, and he engineered on that album, and it was #1 on the gospel charts on Billboard. He got a plaque for that bad boy, and glory to God, man. This is amazing.
God is definitely awesome, man. I'm humbled and grateful. It's still kind of surreal when it showed up to the crib. I'm like, what is this? Just, God really, amidst everything going on in the world right now, like I say, if you read my post, I always start stuff off like, God always has a way of reminding me that he hasn't forgotten about me. You know what I'm saying? And I really count it as a testimony to honestly say that it's almost been 20 years since I've been with Pastor Key. It'll be 20 years it'll be 20 years next July. It'll be 20 years. My first gig was July 5th, 2001. That was my first gig.
Dang! That is amazing, man. Amazing.
It's absolutely a pure blessing, man. I tell anybody, I'm just a regular old dude from Baltimore that, trusted God for some things, and, he showed up and did exceedingly abundantly above everything I could ask for.
Come on, talk, sir. Come on and talk.
For sure.
So for those that don't know, on my shows, I like to tell my origin stories. However, you could probably guess what Morgan and I's origin story is. We both grew up in Baltimore on the music scene. We worked together on tons of projects. Did you play on that Youth for Christ album?
I did play on Youth for Christ. We also did Maryland Mass together.
Yeah, no, I knew that. Bro. Yeah, so we won a Stellar Award for that Youth for Christ, The Struggle is Over album.
Yep,
shout out
Christ,
to
that was a big album for Be More.
Yeah, man.
Man,
that's when Aretha Franklin presented Jonathan Nelson with that Stellar Award. Everybody.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, that was that year.
Shout out to Troy Sneed and his family, man. Rest in peace. Prayers go out to his family.
Troy opened the door for so many of us, man. We were young, really didn't even understand the magnitude of what we were doing then. But looking back on it, it was literally just all pieces of the puzzle, to get us to where we are today.
It was awesome. So let me tell y'all a story. And Morgan is one of the most. He's like the definition of humility. Now, when I use humility, I don't use it in the Webster's definition like low and beneath and not like that. When I say humble, I mean approachable. I mean always showing love, genuine, gentleman, professional, that type of, that brotherly vibe. That's what I mean. Always supportive. He's like Jonathan Nelson. Me, him, Jonathan Nelson, we want everybody on earth to win.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
It's possible for everybody to win, man. You just got to find what your lane is and work it.
Come on.
And when you work that lane, can't nobody stop you in your lane. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Can't nobody stop you. You really have to just be okay with being you.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of carbon copies out here, but if I want a carbon copy, I might as well go get the original.
Mm.
You know, so really that's one thing that I will always just say makes people have that lasting, you know, just that lasting impression in the industry and on people and everything, man. You just gotta be you at the end of the day.
Yes.
And the more you're you, the more people will appreciate the you that you want them to buy into. You know what I'm saying?
Now, let me tell y'all about how this guy blessed my life. And to this day, I don't think he still understands the magnitude of, maybe he does. I don't know. So before I went to college, I did a concert for college fundraiser tour. That was back in 2005-ish.
Wow.
And it was supposed to be a DVD that I was going to sell to raise money. But long story short, we had to transfer it onto CD. That CD I got put in my college bookstore and two Christian bookstores here in Maryland. And so long story short, I went to college, came back for like a family event or something like that, ran into Morgan in Rite Aid or Walmart, something like that. Like, hey, what's up, man? We like, hey, what's going on? So he was like, what you got going on, man? I'm like, well, I just dropped my my CD, such and such and such. He was like, I know, I got it. And so at that moment, I'm like, he don't got. I'm looking at him like he don't. So that's what I said. I was like, you don't got it. I'm thinking he joking. He ain't cracked one smile the whole time. I'm laughing. I'm like, you ain't got it. I'm thinking he joking. He ain't cracked one smile. He like, no, I got it. And then he told me the bookstore that he got it from. I was like, oh, snap. Just because off of the strength of he knew my personality, my heart, he knew my grind from when we worked on all them projects together.
Absolutely.
And just because of who he is, wanting to see everybody win, he didn't need a
promo. Let me tell you something about you, Calvin. One thing I admire about you, you never let anybody tell you that you couldn't. And you stayed persistent and consistent all of these years. And for that, that's why whenever you ask me to do something, it's never, y'all forgive my kid in the back. Move, daddy's doing an interview. This is business. But no, your consistency throughout the years have just been amazing. I've heard people say, well, why support him? Why do that? Well, because he's consistent at who he is. That's why he should get the support that he shouldn't. But, you know, some people have their preferences or whatever. But me, I'm always going to support those that actually are doing their vision and not trying to be somebody else. Copying off their vision. You know what I'm saying? You know, God literally gave everybody a specific assignment to do. And if you operate in that assignment, it's easy for him to, number one, get glory. And then number two, for you to find your place in the quote unquote industry.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to be confident in the vision that God gave you versus trying to say, well, he did it this way, so I'm going to do it this way. Nah, that's... You've always stuck with your own path, and to me, that shows a level of, number one, trusting God, trusting yourself, and just knowing that it'll all be worth it in the end. You know,
I couldn't have said it better, man. And you blessed me, man, because I didn't get, and to this day I don't get support like that. And so for you to genuinely, I knew that was genuine, like that touched me, man, because that's how I support others. So when it rarely comes around my way, I recognize it real quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I am that guy that really supports everybody. I also, you notice, I'll tell you the truth. If something is good, it's good. If something is bad, it's bad, but it'll come off more so like, hey, this is not the best, but let me tell you what I can tell you to help you make it better. You know, one thing is you got to be encouragers to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, everybody has something special that they do. That's why you have what we call variety. So if everybody did the same thing, then really what do we have to look forward to if everybody is starting to sound the same, starting to write the same, starting to play the same? But no, when you have somebody that genuinely says, I'm okay with being me, that's the people that I really, really say, yep, you want to know what? I'm going to support them. I'm going to sow into them. They're going to know that I'm sowing into them. And I'm actually not even looking for anything for a return. But I support you because I understand what it means to literally invest in yourself and really, really push. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man.
Like I literally, when that award showed up yesterday, I almost sat in my house and cried.
They didn't even tell you it was coming?
Dog, it was
I
like,
love that.
it was, I knew, you know, because he posted about it, I knew it was like, okay, yeah, you know, yay, Billboard Award type thing. But for it to show up to my doorstep, that was a different type of, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, man, like 20 years, you know what I'm saying? And some people just think you can put out a single and you just gonna be a hit overnight or anything. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, no, man, it takes time. You have to invest time, not only in yourself, but honestly, this is what I tell everybody. I've been with Pastor Keith for almost 20 years, and I still look at him as like mentor,
Right.
father. I still learn from him, and I don't mind doing what some people hate this word, serving him.
Right.
Is like when you serve, there's a blessing in your servitude.
Yes.
Because in order to be a great leader, you have to be a great follower. You have to be able to serve whoever you trust to lead you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't believe people trust me to lead because I'm that great of a leader, but I know how to serve who I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? And God has really, really blessed me to have a conglomerate of people that want to work with me. And I'm just like, you know, God, don't ever let me be a leader that, number one, doesn't teach them something, but also don't let me be a leader that doesn't love them to be better. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
So, you know, I just really, really am so grateful in this season of life that God is really, when the world seems like it's shutting down, like I said, God always got a way of reminding, and I can't speak for nobody else. He got a way of reminding Morgan Turner that he ain't forgot about stuff that I prayed for years ago. I prayed to be in a position where I could, you know, receive awards and accolades. I prayed, you know, that God will allow me to be on stage with so many different artists. And literally, man, before I hit 40, I've done 90%, almost 100% of everything that I prayed about.
Dang.
And it's like legit, like, and that's not to boast or anything, because all glory goes to God about everything. But when it comes to gospel music, I've pretty much played for everybody that I've ever wanted to, and more. I've worked with everybody I wanted to, and even if I haven't worked with them, I've come in contact with them to a point where they sold into me, they poured into me. So it's like, you know, really everything that I've prayed about has manifested itself in one way or another. So now it's getting to the point where it's like, okay, God, you did all this for me. Now what can I use all that for to start helping build your kingdom up? So really, that's kind of the whole thing where, you know, me falling into producership, and you already know, trying to find a producer that will really, really understand the heart of the artist, not easy at all.
No.
So really, for me, that was always my prayer. I'm like, God, if you allow me to produce your sound with their vision, so that way it could really, really just make sense, you know. And God is just really opening doors even in that area where it's like, yo, like, I can't believe in the last 7 months, it's 7 records that I produced that's come out for indie artists and, you know, major artists that I'm working with. Is like, it's still mind blowing, man. Like, I really sit back and just like, yo, is this really, really happening? And then some of my friends, I know they're on here, they're gonna talk about me later. They're like, okay, Morgan, what's next? I'm like, oh, I'm already going to project number XYZ. You know, I don't get stuck where, you know, what was, but it's like, okay, you know, I remember having a conversation with Jay Drew and Kiara Sheard, and one of the things I said was, as long as you're evolving, you'll always stay current.
Right.
So as soon as I'm finished one thing, I got to evolve to the next. Okay, what did I learn from this situation that I can take to the next? Okay, you know, oh, what's up? I see all my homies coming on here. Yo, I don't know how much time I got left, but yo, start tagging people in this. I got a few minutes left, and I want everybody to get as much as they can while I'm on here.
You know, shout out to my sister, Creations by Carrie. She's in here. You remember my big sister?
Oh yeah. What up?
Yeah. So you didn't already jump through a couple of my questions, which is great. You didn't talk about your mentors. You didn't talk about what you didn't learn.
Oh
So
man, well
left.
look, I can go down the list of mentors right now. Pastor Key, of course,
Mm-hmm.
one of my biggest influences. But then once it starts trickling down, you have Asaph Ward, who was funny when you open up the show. Asaph Ward was the person that actually called me for Dorinda's record.
Okay.
I was at the time still was on the road with Pastor Key heavy, and a lot of people had the notion that I wouldn't play for other artists because I strictly played for him. So he literally just walked up to me at Code AIM Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina, 2010, and said, "Hey, if I call you for a record," he didn't say for who. He said, "If I call you for a record, would you play?" I'm like, "You're Asaph Ward. Of course I would." So then the next time he called he said, "I'm gonna call your phone." Called my phone. Next thing I know, hey, I gotta produce Dorinda Clark's record. Like, sure, no problem. Now, being scared to death, walking into a situation with the Eddie Brown, Aaron Mayfield, Lawrence Jones, like the big boys, I'm like, okay, all right, here we go. But Asaph Ward, I shout out to him. One of my biggest influences as far as producing. My heaviest influence, and still to this day, I call him my boss. The incomparable Dana Saray is he's produced. He was an original member of Soundcheck with Ty Trivet. Everybody called him Steve as he played organ, but every Jason Nelson record that you've heard since Shifting the Atmosphere, Dana produced. Miranda Curtis stuff, Open Heaven, that's Dana Saray. L. Spencer Smith.
Okay.
The list just goes on with stuff that I've done with Dana. Angie White, Brian Courtney Wilson, we working on some stuff right now. But Dana Saray has really, really taken me under his wing. And honestly, the truth be told is Dana is the person that pushed me into the music director position. If it was not for Dana Saray, I'll never forget, we were sitting at the table getting ready for Jason Nelson Shifting the Atmosphere record. And, I was just a bass player at the time. Just, what up, Miles? Yo, Jamala Richardson just came on here. Had the awesome privilege of producing her record 10 Miles Away, small plug. But I'll get to that in a second. I'm getting down to my mentors list. So Dana, and Jason just sitting in the office, and we've been rehearsing this stuff, and we're about to bring the band in. So Dana says, "Jason, okay, Jay, I know you have a producer. I know you have a vocal producer. Who is your music director?" And Jason is like, "I don't have one. I thought you were going to do it." He was like, "Well, I'm producing, so I really, really can't." Well, all right, Morgan, you the MD. Whoa, wait, what happened here?
Flag on the play.
Time out, flag on the play, too many men on the field. Like, dog, for real, like, what do you mean? So I really didn't have a chance to say no. It was kind of just like, all right, cool. You know the music. So basically, all you have to do is make sure the band knows the music. I'm like, okay, but, at that time, I'm trying to think, okay, how am I supposed to be the music director for cats like Kenny Shelton, Elliot Johnson, Chris Forbes, Chris Bowen,
shout out to Kenny Shelton, man.
Right. Yeah, it's like these guys that I've looked up to for years, now I have to be in a position of leading them, in a way to make this music make sense. And really what I discovered from that was just, be the gentle giant, be the gentle leader, just be nice. It's not always about you being the best, but it's being able to navigate, know your team, know everybody's strengths, know everybody's weaknesses. So that way it's like, okay, you know how to really say, okay, you do this, you do that, and you put all the pieces together. So from that was officially the first musical director gig that I actually had that was given to me. So that's kind of where that started. And then that just allowed me other opportunities to work with more producers, and one of my favorite producers, who's also a big brother mentor to me, Aaron Lewis.
Okay.
Me and Aaron, funny enough, we connected on the One Love cruise. I forgot what I want to say that would be the 2012. It was like one of the last years, but on that cruise, it was so many heavy hitters on that cruise. It was like Fred was hitting. Fred was there. Hezekiah Walker, Ty Tribbett, Byron Cage, Yolanda Adams. I was there with Dorinda Clark Cole. And it was just like all the big homies was there from Calvin Rogers, Swole, Aaron, Titus, Snoop, Lauren. It was like everybody was there. So I really made some great connections during that time period. Where it was just like, okay, you know what? Yeah. So literally a few years later, I want to say that might have been 2014. Yeah, 2014. I get a call from Trent Phillips and Aaron Lewis about Paul Morton's recording. And I'm sitting there like, okay, you know, like I said, as long as you're evolving, you always stay current. So I really never even paid attention to the fact that I was evolving into a bass player, a music director, a producer that people wanted to work with because I had something that they thought was valuable.
Yes.
You know, me, I was comfortable just playing my gig with John Key. That was my comfort zone. You know, I knew everybody there. That's like, you know, that's like my baby. You know what I'm saying? But really, really being put in different situations that stretch you, that make you feel like you're the weakest link. You know what I'm saying? It just pushed me into a place to know where I am as far as a musician, music director, or producer. And it also gave me stuff that I really, really use in my own production for my own independent artists.
Okay.
But, I would really have to say those top four would be like my hands-on mentors that I can really still call to this day and ask. And those are like my producer mentors, of course, my musical director mentors. You got my OG, Garland Michi Waller, who was my MD for John P. Key for years.
Okay.
Then Kenny Shelton, you know, even though we're kind of the same age, that's big bro. Always been an admirer of his musical directing skills. And just so many other people that I've just watched, and you know, we have great relationship now, and I always look to other musical directors for influence and everything. Calvin Rogers, an amazing musical director. Chris Leach. These are guys that I've had the opportunity to sit under and just really, really learn and, you know, kind of develop my own thing, which people really, really praise God, love, and, you know, say, hey, I want to work with this guy because I like what he does and I like how he does it, you know, which really, really pushed me into, like I said, the whole producer thing, working with, you know, independent artists such as Jamala Richardson, who's on here right now, amazing artist, April Hall, Lord have mercy, the list is going on. And it's so funny. It's so funny, Kevin. I'm about to make you laugh. Surprisingly, and really, this hasn't even been released yet, but I teamed back up with Andre Nance.
I was going to ask you about that earlier, and I was going to ask you if that was the first. Is a track on his I don't want to say I don't know how many albums he has. He has one where Todd McAllister, remember Todd who passed away? Yes. Todd McAllister has a lead.
Yes, it's called Oh Lord, to you I give the highest praise.
Yes,
oh,
yes. So the song that you produced though on the end, was that your first time producing?
Man, how about this? That was actually the first record I ever produced.
That's what I thought.
Matter of fact, the title of the record was. I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Oh man, you about to laugh real good. Hold on.
Well, I got it right here.
I'm about to say, don't play. Right here.
Don't play right here. Yep. Turn up. Turn up.
Yes,
it's not a game.
Yes,
it's not a game.
Yes, sir.
I was about to pull your whole discography out and just take you down memory lane, but no.
Look, man. Look, I don't know why people don't believe me when I tell them I'm in my late 30s. I'm like, yeah, I'm not in my 20s no more.
Man, God is good.
I did that record.
God is good. I'm glad you're getting back with him, man.
Yeah, man, like it's so funny how God is really circling me back as a producer now to people who I knew were special back then. like I said, Andre Nance, me and him are getting ready to get back in. Another artist who I am super, super excited about, and I'm always excited about all my artists that I get to work with, but Jamal Miller. Me and Jamal Miller have teamed back up, and one of the most brilliant writers and singers. It's just like we've been working on his stuff, and there's so many great things happening.
He used to be the praise and worship leader at my old church.
Man, let me tell you something. And still to this day, he is one of my favorite singers. Like legit, can just flat out sing.
Right.
Amazing writer, but like I said, God is really circling me back to a lot of people that I had the original opportunity to work with, and now that we've all grown and matured, it's like I really, really like can't wait to start digging into their music to really and some stuff for Jamal is actually out now on a few of our compilation records. One of his one of Jamal's biggest fans is on here, and she loves him so much. But I'm not gonna call her out though. But yeah, if Jamal's on here, there's your biggest fan right there. But yeah, you can actually find Jamal has an amazing song called "Had He Left Me There" on our compilation record for Easter for our production company.
No, I was about to say, when you say "our," talk about that.
Okay, so long story short, if people remember me and a young man that used to work with Brittany Wright. His name is Josh Lay.
Yes. Said yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josh.
One of the greatest, and I say greatest vocal producers, songwriters, singers in the DMV. If you don't know him, you're doing yourself a disservice. But me and him, we used to work for Brittany Wright. And later on, as everybody's career progressed, you had his production company, which was Left Brain Productions.
Yep.
You had Mobase Productions. But the crazy thing was, we started doing a lot of work together. People would be like, all right, I want Josh to do vocal production. I want Morgan to do the instrumentation and musical arrangements. So me and Josh got together one day and said, yo, why don't we just come together and form one? Make it a one-stop shop.
Come on, Voltron.
Right. So literally, that is where our production company, which is called Rhyme and Reason, was formed. And the funny thing about it is, I have a few of the artists on here right now. I got a few of the band members. The Morchestra, what up? I see Twan on here. I saw a couple other band members chime in. But actually, the funny thing is, and I don't even think the team knows this, but we actually are about to celebrate 10 years this year. This year makes 10 years since Rhyme and Reason was formed.
Congratulations.
So yeah, I got to do something big. So quick shout out. Yep, there's my guitar player for the orchestra. That's Twan, one of the dopest guitar players. I love him to death. I already said Jamala Richardson's on here. Not only is she an artist, she's part of one of the best BGV crews that I've ever worked with, called the Hitters. You have Jannard Carter, Sabrina Wright, Corinne, we call her Corn, McCurran, Darius Hall, Avery, what's her last name? Jesus, Lord have mercy. Miles, help me. Jesus, what's Avery's last name? Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, all that stuff. But yeah, we have a big crew that we just love. So Rhyme and Reason, you've probably heard several things from Avery Lawrence. Bam, there you go. So you have Jamala's record 10 Miles Away that's out right now on all digital media outlets. We also have artists from all over. God has really allowed us to, I'm not going to tell them the story about the guitar from Had He Left Me There. No, I'm not going to tell them that story. My musicians always got stories about, no, we're not doing that today. But God has really allowed us to really stretch and enlarge our borders. We not only work for artists from the DMV, we have 2 artists in Portland. We got one in Philly. We also have one in North Carolina. So let me see. From Portland, Oregon, we have Jarrell Hosley and Perpetual Praise. We also have Derek McDuffie. If you can go download his new record, Kingdom Conversations. That is a Rhyme and Reason production, along with my best friend who helped co-produced it, Ramon Shelton. Love him to death. Shout out, Mon. And that record is out right now. Also, from here, you have Jamala Richardson, April Hall, Both of their records are out right now.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm giving y'all some really exclusive stuff. I can't even find my list of all the stuff we're working on, but this year we're also going to be dropping some stuff more stuff from Jamal Miller is going to be dropping. We have a new record that's getting ready to drop next week from Robert Copeland.
Okay.
He's all the way from Alabama. Amazing, amazing soulful singer. Definitely, if you love church music, which I do, you're going to want to go grab his stuff. And also, for all of you that are from the Baltimore area, if you ever heard of the Stewart brothers, Gary and Aaron Stewart, that do the hymns concert every year, I'm actually producing their record. We literally just were about 80% done with their stuff. So they just came onto the Rhyme and Reason family. We also have my brother, Ryan Vincent Ford. How can I forget about him? Who actually just came on board. I had the awesome privilege of being a musical director, co-producer on his record. His stuff is crazy. It's like God is doing so many amazing things for the team. It's like we're all excited. And the biggest thing for us as Rhyme and Reason is God opened the door for us to really, really have our own distribution deal through EMG Music Group.
Hallelujah!
Yes, founded out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the Right Reverend Pastor Alan E. Waller is the CEO. And once again, how God connects things all from the beginning to now. My old music director, Michi Waller, is the CEO. And Michi came to me and said, look, I'm starting a distribution company. This is what I have. Will you join the family? And once again, because of the relationship, I said, well, look, I got some artists that have some good music. And literally everybody in Rhyme and Reason is a part of the EMG family. We got something special that's coming up. I don't even know if I could put it out there. Miles, if I can put it out there, go ahead, give me thumbs up. But I don't know if I should put it out there right now. Oh, while on her, also if you get a chance.
Well, you got to hurry up because we winding down in time.
Winding down in time. Okay, cool. So guess what? Rhyme and Reason, we're going to be doing a 4th of July concert featuring all of the artists not all of the artists, all the artists that have their records out right now. So that's Chico Robinson, Jamala Richardson, April Hall, Robert Copeland. You'll also have some special features from Josh and myself. We talking Zach Williams, doing interviews and everything. It's going to be a major, major thing on July the 5th. You heard it first here. July the 5th, Rhyme and Reason is doing our exclusive kickoff for our virtual tour 2020. A night of music featuring Jamala Richardson, Chico Robinson, April Hall, and Robert Copeland. I can't wait for y'all to see the hitters. Y'all gonna see the artists. Y'all gonna see the orchestra. It's gonna be a big, big thing. We shot all the video. The videos are great. So we're just excited about everything that's happening, man. For real.
I'm excited for you, man. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate your service and your gift. And I can't wait for what's next, man.
Man, Calvin, anytime you need me, dog. I need everybody to support the Faith Factor. Anytime he comes on, support it. Tune in, chime in, repost, all that stuff that you're supposed to do with social media. Support this man. He got a big heart and he loves everybody. So support Calvin. I'm a Calvin supporter.
Thank you so much, man. Bless you, sir. Take care.
Bless you, dude. Love you, man.
All right. Love you too, sir.
All right.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Morgan Turner, our first guest. Let me go right in because we don't have a lot of time. Let's bring in the next guest. We are here on the Faith Factor with your boy, Brother Calvin. We just had Morgan Turner on. Now we got Nyshai Charles, barber, dancer extraordinaire.
I'm still lagging.
Yeah. Okay, you're coming in clearer now. Clearer. By clearer, I just mean you're no longer in slow motion. Like, okay.
I'm in regular motion.
There we go. All right. So what's going on, sir? Yeah.
How you feeling, brother?
Man. Man. God is good. Let me start off. You're frozen again, but I'm going to tell a story anyway. So I forgot how I actually met Nyshai. I believe he might have been he probably was performing somewhere. Anyway, I ended up networking with him. I can't remember how. But when we first worked together was on my tour that I did, which was the True Motivation tour. I did that after the unrest in Baltimore. I was inspired to share, promote peace and healing through my gift, my talent, through art, music, dance. So I did a
Absolutely.
tour. So I wanted to end that tour through a finale, and that was also my birthday party. So we did that at Ottabar. So I brought on Nyshai, brought on Devon Steele, out of DC,
Awesome.
out of Art Centric.
Yeah.
Both of them were they dance background for my song Chris Brown. You can find that. I mean, the song "Crawl" by Chris Brown. Yeah, the
Come
song
on
Chris
now.
Brown. You can find that on YouTube and on my website www.calvinthespecialist.com. But I want to thank you again because people, of course, y'all don't know he was going through a very, very serious time in his life when we were rehearsing for it. Up into that day, one of his close friends passed away,
Oh
and he
wow.
still made it to rehearsals, still grinded it out, and it's in a short time,
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for that, sir, for that dedication. And
Man, I appreciate you, bro, for even giving me the opportunity. You know, because there's so many dope dancers in the city and artists, performers, period. And the fact
mhm.
that, you know, you considered me, that was a blessing all in itself. So I appreciate you for that and giving me that platform. And on something that was so huge for you, like that's a big deal. Your tour is a big deal, and it's your tour. You know, and
Right,
just to be a part of that was a blessing, bro. Like I still look at the pictures and everything. I'm just like,
I know.
yo, we really was like,
Yo, we was
we
getting
did
it,
that.
Dom.
We was getting it. We was getting it. We was getting it.
Yo, we would
It
have
was
thought we
hot.
was like we really was on a world tour, right?
You feel me? Like we had the chairs, the whole, the cake, the glitter, glamour. But it was fire. It
If
was
you
fire,
gonna
bro.
do it, then do it.
It's only right. It's only right, bro.
Man, and I love your gift in your art because
Oh man,
when you dance, there is something like it is like it's an experience to watch. It seems like you are in another world. Like you give everything, man, and those are you are the type of artists and creatives that I draw to when your love for your gift emerges and it pours out of you heavily.
for sure, for
Um,
sure, for sure.
so how'd you get your start in dance?
Man, honestly, I tell people this all the time. I was just born with it. It was
Okay.
something that once I heard the music, I started moving. And
Okay.
it was just my own rhythm. And like you said, I was in my own world. The whole room around. So as I got older, it just became something natural. You know,
Mm-hmm.
any song, you know, I just started doing my own top stars at that time, the Michael Jacksons, the James Browns, the Elvis Presleys, the Chris Browns, you know, all
Right.
of them, and really taking on their gimmick and everything like that, and incorporating with my own style, because that was what's hot. You know, it was hot at the time, and just having fun with it. You
Right.
know, and I just fell in love with it, and I knew it was something that was in me. You know, a
Mm-hmm.
gift from God that was just naturally in me. I never got taught. You know, it was something that I just always had, you know, and I just always gave it, you
All
know,
right.
and I
All
think
right.
that's probably why it comes off like how you said, like, it's just like that experience. That's probably why it comes off like that, because I just give it, you know.
Right. Who are your favorite dancers?
Oh, Les Twins, Twitch, Keita the Great,
Mm-hmm.
Chris Brown, and Michael Jackson. All day
Okay.
long.
Okay. I
Yes,
hear you.
indeed. Yes,
So,
indeed.
name 5 artists and or productions that if you had the chance right now to press a button or they called you that you would dance for right now. Just 5 off the top. Go.
This 5 productions.
Or artists.
Or artists I would dance for. Okay, Beyonce, most definitely. Usher, Chris Brown, Truth the Poet. She's a huge entrepreneur, artist, poet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, who else? It's right there. You, of course.
Ah! Come on, you better say it.
Come on now. Come on. Got to keep it home.
I didn't expect you to come on. Throw me in there. Hey, turn up.
Come on now. That's 4, right? That's 5, right?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Yes,
that's
sir.
love right there, man.
Absolutely, for sure.
So
Always bring it home.
Right. So, can you remember your first time dancing in an actual like talent show or production or whatever your first major audience was?
Oh yeah. Elementary school.
Okay.
I remember watching the upperclassmen perform every talent show or every prep rally for real. And I used to sit back with my homeboys and be like, yo, we could do that. But I'm shy. So it's kind of like that self-doubt, like everybody got eyes on you and they expecting you to really do your thing.
Right.
So me seeing that and me just, just taking that risk, taking that leap of faith and not worrying about what everybody else think and just giving my all. So I had that first experience, like my on-stage experience with dance in elementary school. I would go off. He was club dancing. And I was like, man, I can do that, but I'm shy. I'm scared. I'm afraid I'm going to fail. I'm going to mess up. But, the next year, I said, forget it. I'm going to do me.
Okay.
And I got my homeboys, and we did our thing, and it was a liberating experience. It was a free experience. It was just fun. We ain't worried about no numbers.
You are freezing again. You are freezing.
I'm freezing again?
Yes, and we get into the good stuff and you freeze it.
I know. I'm still freezing.
Yeah, man. What's funny is you won't freeze until you get deep into one of your answers. Like, you good right now, but as soon as you start, talking good, it'll be like, zzz.
Oh, man. Is it good right now?
You good, right? You've been good this whole time since I just now said something. You've been good.
All right.
But let me do this. Let me shout out your mom and your aunt, the twins. For sure. I love y'all. Thank y'all for inviting the brother to dinners. I'm gonna
let them know. Mom, she in the room right now. She eating.
Okay.
Though. She chowing down.
And they're gonna see it. The episodes they archive on YouTube as well. So,
facts.
So they'll be able to see it. But man, your family is dope. Like y'all make it a point to fellowship. Y'all fellowship hard, and I love that.
Amen. Yes.
And I know I haven't even seen the half of it. I only been to 2 dinners.
That's all it takes. That's a lot.
That's a lot in terms of me being invited. I'm just saying in terms of my perspective. Yeah. I know that ain't even half.
Oh no, yeah. If only you knew, bro. If only you knew. It only gets sweeter.
I love that, man.
Wouldn't trade them for the world, man. They actually keep me going. Like my family, they keep me going. They keep me going. Before I even got on the scene and started having like my artist family for real, they were the only ones that was really supporting me, backing me, having me perform even in front of them, like at cookouts, family outings and stuff like that. Like the love was real. Non-stop.
You are frozen again.
Again.
The last thing I heard was the love was real.
The love was real. It was real. It was real.
And so, if you need a reference, the voice, if you watch the video of him and Devon dancing with me on the Chris Brown song, the voice you hear in the very beginning of the video saying, "Go, baby!" That's either his mom or his aunt. Is that your mom or your aunt? You remember that?
Probably.
She's like, "Go, baby!"
That's probably
my mother. That's right. That's how you do it. That's support.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Am I good? Am I still freezing?
I told you not gonna freeze till you start,
getting into the good stuff.
Now, question: did you go around the corner or did you go up?
I went around the corner down the hall. Yeah, because I'm up. I'm already up. I'm on the 4th floor.
Oh, you on the top floor?
Yeah.
All right, then climb on the fire escape to the roof. Say no.
Only you.
No, I'm playing. All right, let me get into these questions. What's the best advice you've been given in life?
In life, pick God first.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
that's the best advice I ever got. Pick God first because,
Go ahead. I'm listening. You're not freezing.
Good?
You're not freezing.
Yeah, just pick God first in everything that I do. in my family, believing in family, and always, making sure that I remain myself, stay true to me, and not try to be like everyone else. Not try to compare myself to everybody else. Move at my own pace, and I try my best to live my everyday life like that, because I know sometimes we can get so sucked up into what we see on the media, what we see our homeboy doing or homegirl doing, and we look at ourselves and we beat ourselves down, and not, instead of fully focusing on our true potential, the power that we have, the power that God instilled in us. You know what I'm saying? And we can lose sight of that. So I always make sure. I live every day, just believing in myself, believing in God, and knowing that whatever He got written out for me is going to happen. Whatever He got planned for me is going to happen. And just moving forward. But yeah, I just stuck with that.
Okay.
That hit, and it stuck.
Right. Now, for those
Sure.
who don't know, Nyshai is also a world-class barber. Okay, tell everybody your shop, where you're located,
Oh man.
hours of operation, how they can book an appointment.
Oh, for sure. So located in 6203 Hartford Road.
Off the
That is
road.
right across the street from Family Dollar. My link is in my bio. If you follow my page, my link is in there. Y'all can book the appointment on there. I'm out of town right now, but I'll be cutting hair on Monday. So, you come in there, get bipped up. I also do house calls, so I'm mobile with it too as well. For those of you who may not be able to get to the shop or just want to stay home and get cut, I
Stay
do
home
cut
and get sniped.
kids. Oh dang! Now you freezing. Oh crap.
Really?
Yeah, I think you good now.
Dang, that's crazy. Because like you, I can see myself perfectly. Nothing happened over here.
See, dang,
That's what's
man,
up, man.
his whole thing was smooth. His whole thing was smooth. Y'all ain't lagged not once. I kept lagging though. Watching it, I kept lagging. So
I just told them, like, every 2 shows I'll have an obstacle with the technology, man. And when I did my sister's interview, I couldn't even see her. All we could do was hear her. So we just did the
for
whole
real.
interview. Yep, because the phones wouldn't match or collab, whatever the word is.
That's
They
crazy.
weren't compatible. That's
Got you. Yeah,
so
no,
many
bro.
people on lives and stuff on Instagram. I don't know if their capacity is able to handle all this traffic since the quarantine, man.
Mm-hmm.
What has changed for
Yeah.
you during the quarantine?
Oh man, I've learned a lot about myself. I learned so much about myself, and I've learned to be still. I know it's a word in the Bible, Selah, which means pause, to pause. And I've learned to do that a whole lot more, and like truly pause, not just for that moment, but pause, throughout the course of my days, and really analyze my surroundings around me and check my energy, make sure I'm right, gradually, gracefully, and not force anything. And just really get in touch and take advantage of the opportunities I get with my family. And you're going to hear me mention family a lot, because that's how much family means to me. Without my family, I would be nothing, and that's including God. So I really, that's like my number one priority in my life, and then everything else comes second, third, fourth. But yeah, just really just looking at myself and how my actions can impact others, and how any decision that I make, can impact the people around me. So really just self-checking, self-evaluating, and letting it go dead weight in my life.
I
Letting
hear
go
you.
dead weight, and just moving forward, but not moving in hate or in anger, but moving in love, and always putting love as the priority.
Right.
And just enjoying life, because life is short, and life ain't
You
meant to
only
be
get one
stressed
of them.
out. I'm out the game, so I'm trying to enjoy and soak up every bit of information, every bit of experience and moments that I can, while I can, taking advantage of those moments. Yeah, and even my business, as far as my business, that's been booming since the whole COVID.
That's good.
Because before COVID, a lot of people wouldn't want to really get their hair cut at home like that. you know, because of the price. So now since COVID happened, they was just like, it's coming. And then I was like, okay, cool, that's booming. So let me start building on my brand. What else can I do besides this, since, you know, I'm getting the attention now? So I came out with my own hair and body butter called Crown Butter. All natural essential oils, which is real good for your hair growth, skin moisturizer.
Come on and get almondy. Get all almondy with the butter.
You know, you feel me? Yes, indeed. You know, I use it myself. You know, it helps with the hair growth. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Makes it right. So, yeah, for sure. Hit me up personally or DM me personally if y'all want Crown Butter. You know, I always have that on me. Always.
All right.
But yeah, bro, that's basically where my mind been at during COVID. It's actually been an opportunity and a blessing versus just a disaster. And, you know, it's just a positive side to it too, for me. I know for me, personally.
What has been, have you ever had, like any like funny bloopers that have happened while you dance? You can share.
Oh, of course. any funny moments like if I missed a step or if I slipped or something.
Embarrassing moments or something like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember I was on stage. I was dancing at Center Stage Theater, and I had a dancing segment. And
no, you're freezing. Instagram. Graham Insta. Graham Cracker.
I'm still freezing. You're
not gonna freeze until you talk for some reason. I don't know. Do your breath stink?
Probably. Look, I'm eating some seafood. It might do you kick a little bit.
Put your mask on and then do the interviews. Like, no.
Oh, he's a comedian too. Okay. Comedian, yes.
Okay.
Am I still free? I'm good.
You were dancing at Center Stage.
Yes, dancing at Center Stage Theater, which is actually how I came about as far as in my acting and stuff like that. Like they really like pushed my acting career. I loved all my mentors, by the way. Take my shoe off, throw it up in the air, and catch it. But I didn't do that. I missed. No, I think I missed. No, I took my shoe off, and then I kept dancing. But then I was like, wait a minute, this looked a little crazy. That's not what I planned. So I just picked the shoe up and started talking to it like it was a phone. Like I started talking like it was a phone, but it played off pretty good. You know, I played it off, but that was not in my plan though at all. That was not in my plan. I know one time I think I missed a step. Yeah, I did miss a step, and I was with my two homeboys, and we both messed up the dance, but they stopped, and I had to keep going. So even though I was messing up, looking crazy, I just kept going. And then I won the crowd back by just like doing a flip. I did like a back flip.
Right.
Like, yeah, so I sold it pretty good. It worked out. It worked out for the best.
Yeah, man.
It was fun though, man.
Beautiful thing about don't nobody know what was supposed to happen until it happened.
Yep, for sure. Definitely. I love it though.
What are some of your other talents, like your hidden talents, or?
What are some of my other talents?
Yeah.
Well, I know. Well, I used to be. Wait, hold up. Say that again, because you froze. I don't want
to. I just said, what are some of your hidden talents?
Well, as I said, I'm a budding actor. You know, I act every now and again. I used to write poetry real heavy. Artist. I drew actually all the tattoos on my body, all of them. I drew all of my tattoos.
Oh, wow. I never knew that.
Yep, every single one. I drew all my tattoos. And what else? Teacher. You know, I teach dance and stuff like that. I guess you could consider that a talent. I'm not really sure. Like I was saying, I'm just learning more about myself as I just go through the motions of life and be exposed to different things. And I found out recently I'm a painter. Like I'm a pretty good painter.
Okay.
I painted a whole beach, a black sand beach. It was crazy. It was nice. It looked pretty good. I was proud of myself.
Did
I
you
was proud of
did you do that at a sip and paint, or you just was trying it?
Yeah. My girlfriend at the time, she had planned me a sip and paint
Mm.
for my birthday, and yeah, we just wound up painting. We just painted the ocean, and it was it
Okay.
was love. It was love. That was my first ever like personal sip and paint, and
Okay.
it was nice. It was nice. Definitely, I locked some chakras that night. Unlocked some chakras.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
dope. It was dope. It was dope. I'm working on my singing. I feel like it's there, but yeah, I be look. I be working on it. I be working on it. It's a
Bust a little note for the Face Factor audience, a little exclusive.
the tongue, the teeth, and the lips. Mary had a little lamb.
Yeah.
A little lamb. A little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Hold on, that was flat. That was a flat note. That was flat.
Okay, try it again. Go down the octave.
Lamb.
Bam, bam.
Lamb.
This is your key. Give me that. This is your key right here.
There's too many keys, too many bells, too many shaky things. Look, I'm starting now. I need help. Okay, I need help. You gotta start me off small. Okay.
That was beautiful. The studio audience is going crazy in here. They're going crazy at the Face Factor, man. You killed us. You killed us.
I know. I can almost not hear them. Hilarious.
You got any upcoming projects? I know the quarantine has done some stuff, but you know.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I actually just got invited to do this fashion show. It's going to be sometime in September. I'm supposed to be traveling, but I'm like the choreographer for it, so I'm the dancer for it. Yeah.
Which state of country is it in?
They won't tell us. They will not tell us. It's like it's a surprise. He did say that the first one's going to be here in Baltimore. Another one is going to be in New York, I believe. And he said it's a surprise that he cannot tell us. So I won't know that until the interview, I guess, or when we actually go through rehearsals. But he wants me to be the choreographer for that. His name is K Stylist. He's on IG, I believe. He's really dope. I cut his hair a couple times. He's really dope.
Okay.
A friend of mine, Jamila Shiny, she actually put me on my first tour, my touring play, which is called Piece by Piece. She's amazing. He's working on another project called High Stakes. It's supposed to be coming to Netflix. I'm supposed to be one of the characters in that, but she's not releasing any more further details about that. So I'm pumped for that. That's
Instagram is counting us down too. So what else is coming up real quick?
My body butter's coming out. It's gone.
Thank you.